All right, welcome everybody. We're gonna check out the goat now that we've finished Shadow of the Erdtree. Gotta meander over to our good friend Vaati and see what he's videoed. Be sure to watch the video as well and subscribe. This guy's an absolute legend in the FromSoft community.
For example, we're hearing about Miquella's side of the vow in this scene and about what Miquella wants. But what about Radahn? What was his part of the vow?
Right.
What did he want? And if he wanted to be with Miquella, why did he fight so vehemently against his death in the lands between that would have brought his soul to the realm of shadow with Miquella?
Mm-hmm.
But even if he did want that, do Radahn's wants even matter in the face of Miquella the Kind? As we speculated long ago.
Lord of the Old Order, let us go
shot.
together.
What a shot.
This effect
Persona
can also
5
be
music
seen
plays.
in Miquella's face. Perhaps the saddest example of this is Mohg, who, as we speculated, was indeed under Miquella's spell.
Once, in an attempt to free Lord Mohg from his
How
enchantment,
of y'all were wrong
I
about
challenged tender Miquella. Miquella the Kind is a monster, pure and radiant. He wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men. There is nothing more terrifying.
Nothing.
In the specimen store.
He desires only his empty shell.
Yep.
In your fight with Radahn, you might have noticed the horns sprouting from his gauntlets and his tendency to perform blood flame attacks.
Yep.
A while back, I speculated that the Realm of Shadow was a sort of death dimension, and that Miquella's sacrilegious death at the hands of Mohg might have been intentional so that Miquella could enter the Realm of Shadow, and actually surprising. And so Malenia's southward march to Caelid is finally explained as well. She was there to kill Radahn so that his soul could be taken to the Realm of Shadow and the vow could be upheld at any cost. To the Realm of Shadow, Miquella set off. This was Marika's home, which she one day bathed in gold. So Marika's home was a shaman village. The implication clear. For pity's sake, your place is in the jar. Nigh sainthood itself awaits you within. For shamans like you, this is your lot. Life you accorded.
It's crazy to think how well the lore was delineated and distributed through the DLC, that I pretty much know all of this. And this is more just having it all collected and refreshed. But y'all, they did such a good job tying in every bit of the lore together surrounding Miquella's journey and the way it ties back to Marika as a character.
And man, if you need to ward off thoughts of doubt and wickedness while you're stuffing flayed people inside of jars, maybe what you're doing is just straight up wrong. I'm starting to understand. But if this mask wasn't proof enough of the Hornsent being responsible, look at Belorat Jail. It's below Belorat itself, which was the settlement of the Hornsent, and to this day the innards and the shamans remain, with the shamans offering their prayers to the innards of the great jars, such that they might be reborn one day into sainthood. But what is sainthood? If you didn't know, the crucible has been long established as this primordial form of the Erdtree, and apparently it originated in the place that became the Realm of Shadow. This becomes quite clear thanks to Devonia, who is the longest serving of the Crucible Knights. According to her helmet, she quested in search of the Crucible's origin and departed from the lands of the Erdtree alone. Another item we can find that's a clue for the Crucible is...
It doesn't confirm entirely that the Crucible's origins were outside the realms, the lands between, and thus being that it has to be in the Shadowlands, basically. It could have been just somewhere else, too.
Hornsent refer to Marika's eventual purge as a betrayal, and something can only really be a betrayal if you were aligned with them in the first place, right?
Whoa, sure.
So,
we too are children of the greater will. Is that not divine? Is that not sublime?
Yeah.
The mother of all two fingers and finger creepers was in turn a magnificently gleaming daughter of the greater will, and the first shooting star to fall upon the lands between. You might recall the Elden Ring
no big deal.
as the Elden Beast.
Metyr is probably the most interesting remembrance boss for me lore-wise in the DLC, even more so than Radon or any of the others here. The idea that the Elden Beast was just basically, dog, visions of dog, star dog, but Metyr is the actual, gross eldritch space abomination thing that fell from the Greater Will and was an actual progeny of the Greater Will and all that. So creepy and gross. But then the idea that all the fingers were born of her, not just let me go back here, not just the little fingers, but the two fingers as well. The mother of all two fingers and finger creepers. One cool little connection that the finger creepers and two fingers are all basically siblings, but definitely one of the creepiest and coolest bosses.
Thus, the Greater Will's guidance is outdated at the very least, and has been for all of Marika's reign. That's a pretty big revelation. Mm-hmm. Incidentally, Placidusax was also Elden Lord before Marika, and he was abandoned by his god as well, so maybe things became broken around that time. Lots of speculation to be had.
Lots of speculation, yeah.
And this is something that many characters suspected, but most characters in Elden Ring assumed that this happened around the time the Elden Ring was shattered. It's a revelation that the fingers have been broken for a really long time.
Yeah.
And so the
God left us, yeah.
Following this. So, next, let's talk about Messmer the Impaler.
Yeah, Messmer time, baby.
As anticipated, a Tarnished who would become Elden Lord arrives at his doorstep.
Oh, yeah, this transition was so good. Oh. Yeah, it's fucking raw.
Wilt thou be taken in the jaws of the abyssal serpent, shorn of light?
There's so much more to say about this base serpent and the dark fire. There's so much more to say about Messmer. We even learn from Gaius's remembrance that Messmer was an older brother to Radon, meaning Messmer's birth, and thus the birth of Melina as well, likely would have arrived much earlier in the timeline. And there's a ton of curiosities with which brings us to our next topic. Saint Trina.
Saint Trina! Here we go!
A piece of himself.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
But there's a couple of crosses in particular that I remember as a part of what was an extremely chilling moment. As you progress along the coast, without these things, he was free, it seems, to abandon something that was very dear to him.
His love.
And inside the fissure, at what is perhaps the deepest part of the land in the realm of shadow, we realize that Miquella has actually divested himself of his love. A phantom says, "Kindly Miquella, I see you've thrown away something you should not have under any circumstances."
Right.
How will your salvation offer? Actually, the fact that Saint Trina was able to be discarded might even suggest that Radagon could have become divested from Marika in a similar way. But
very true.
Miquella's other half...
Miquella, stop. Don't hurt the poor thing.
The poor thing.
You must kill Miquella. Grant him forgiveness.
Forgiveness and death.
All of this makes you realize that Miquella found one that would refuse to be embraced. You. No wonder, as one god and one king consort is all the world needs. And you're the chosen Elden Lord of a different age, whatever ending that may be for you.
Right.
So, naturally, you would have refused to be embraced.
Fun.
Thank you for watching. After that,
What a video.
that
Most everything was pretty easy to follow and understand in the DLC, but I think the coolest part is the way this recontextualizes Marika's decisions in the lore that we got from the base Elden Ring game. Yeah, just fantastic designs.
And honestly, the most fascinating content is yet to come. I still want to talk about how Bale, the new dragon in the DLC, is actually the father of the Drakes, and how he had a war with Placidusax. I wish I had time to talk about the Abyssal Forest.
God wouldn't come back in Elden Ring 2. Okay, but let's be real. Do we need an Elden Ring 2? Like, do we really? Like, what would it even be? The story's come to an end. Like, there's not really anything that needs to be explored there. Like, obviously, from the business standpoint, Elden Ring 2 would sell buco bucks for FromSoft. The top comments of this video. Everyone apologized to Moog. Sorry, Moog. Sir Ansbach is the best NPC in this DLC by far. He says one of the best lines if he gets defeated during the Radahn fight. Righteous tarnished, become a lord, not for gods, but for all men. Like, literally, fuck the gods, do it for us. Yes. All right, let's do 15 amazing secrets in the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC.
A secret cross in the Bellarat Tower settlement. Where you find the congregation here, you can actually jump down onto this piece of rubble and go through a hidden door.
Wait.
Here you'll find where Miquella abandoned his sinistral arm, as well as the usual Shadow Tree fragment.
What?
And here you can also find a talisman that increases your attack power by 20% for 30 seconds whenever summoned spirits die. This has extremely good synergy.
What? What? Ah! I never found this! Oh my god, New Game Plus can't come fast enough. Alright.
Soul Jars Spirit Ashes, which actually commit Sudoku all by themselves, so you get the buff whenever one of them does that. Or, even better, in my opinion, you can summon the skeletons
that res themselves.
And
yes!
When these die, you get the buff, but they can resurrect themselves, helping you to keep the buff active as they continue. Speaking of Spirit Ashes,
is a fun talisman.
Let me show you how to unlock a really good one. So, there's a back and forth you can facilitate between...
The Dragon Communion Lady? No! Oh my god.
However, if you slip Florisax, Tiolier's potion, during this time, she'll sleep for about 24 in-game hours, and Placidusax abandons her for this. Now, afterwards, you won't be able to get any more dragon blessings from Florisax, but after killing Bale, she'll pledge allegiance to you instead, and you'll be able to receive her spirit ashes. She's a great NPC Spirit Ash if your build utilizes lightning damage, as the weapon she wields has a skill that increases enemy vulnerability to lightning by 15%.
The lightning weapon that I use!
Only spirit.
What?
Now, by doing her quest in this way, you'll also get rewarded with a powerful defensive lightning buff called Dragon Bolt of Florisax. To unlock Infinite Rada Fruit, head south of the Pillar Path waypoint site of Grace and look for this pot. Finally, head northeast from the Recluse's River, downstream side of Grace, multiple Smith script golems in the lava forges. The best tip isn't actually to hit them in the back, it's to use crystal darts instead. These will cause the golems to malfunction, essentially, and they'll attack each other just like any of the other golems in-game.
Whoa!
Before I go on, I want to quickly say that
that's sick!
I love this game.
I love this game so much.
I haven't been able to figure out the lore for yet. It's this giant shed snake skin located here. What is this thing? You'd think it would have something to do with Messmer, but then this serpent looks very different to his abyssal serpent. This model actually looks a lot more like the serpent god, or even Igle in the temple. But then, does this snake really have a connection to those characters, all the way from the realm of Shadow?
No.
I've got some theories, and I'll keep trying to puzzle this one out, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think as well.
Miyazaki just putting this in there and being like, hey, there's no explanation for it. Let them just be confused.
but a couple are a bit trickier to get because the pests are injured. For these, you drop a sun warmth stone or a warming stone by them, then reload the game after they're healthy, and then interact with them. If you heal the pest by the Church of the Crusade in this way, then Moore will be appreciative, and he'll give you a 7th rare cookbook. This cookbook comes with the ability to craft spirit raisins, which give Torrent a consumable charge attack, which is borderline useless, unfortunately. It also lets you craft charming branches, which can turn a group of enemies friendly, so that is an extremely useful consumable to have. Once you safely have this cookbook, the fastest way to get Moore's armor, shield, and bell bearing is to tell him to remain sad forever. After this, he'll pass away, cradling his friend's dead body. Next, have you discovered the furnace golems with the shielded feet? To defeat these, you just have to fight fire with fire. Literally. Get up high and throw a furnace or fire pot into their giant brazier.
On the active ones
above.
too?
By the way, if you need more Erdtree fragments...
Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now there was the one that was sitting there that we needed to wake up. That makes sense. But just any of them. How many of them even have a vertical area that you can lure them to? Most? No way. Oh.
Wondered if you can get to it.
Yeah!
You can. There's a secret path right off on the western side, and it's underneath this cemetery shade enemy.
I can't believe how long it took me to find
this. But the real secret is what's on the island.
What?
Inside the mausoleum is the dancer of Ranar, who, in my Rykard lore video, I recently speculated might be related to Tanith, because Tanith is a former dancer from a foreign land, and luckily it seems those speculations were on the right track. Thanks to Zully the Witch, we now know that the dancer of Ranar shares over 90% of her face data with Tanith. Thus, Tanith is...
Who data mined that? They are a legend to be able to piece and parse all that together.
The buff this stew gives off is also really small. And it seems you can't get more of this one even if you wanted to. Now, the real secret with this stew is that if you take the first meal to Hornsent, then he'll have a gift for you.
What?
Take this for your troubles, won't you? I desire not to be in your debt.
For number 14,
did
you know that there's a difference? And it's that the lava tears are just like little pets for the Smith script golems. Lots of people have been posting about this one online. This interaction is found in the second lava forge.
Oh my god, we need to see the MS Paint Curse You Bale. Wait, what is that? Alright, this is gonna be good. I can tell.
Curse you, Bale!
Bale!
I hereby vow you will rue this day. Behold, a true great warrior, and I, Igon. Your fears made flesh. Solid of scale you might be, foul dragon, but I will riddle with holes your rotten hide. With a hail of harpoons!
The hail!
With every last drop of my being!
Amazing. I love the little BTS interview for Bale's voice actor gave, where he's basically like, this is my first voice acting job. I had no idea who any of these people were or why I was so angry, but I'm glad people liked it. He did lose his voice. Oh my god. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, let's check this out. So this is all the NPCs in Elden Ring, but with their faces actually shown. Okay, that's Igon. Yeah, I don't know what we expected, but yeah, that's fucking Igon. They picked a good voice. If I had to like think up what he would look like in my head, it'd be something like this. Fire Knight Quilline, okay. Looks like a bitch. Oh, Hornsent, yeah. Hornsent looks kinda fucked in the head, you know? Like, literally. All right, Moore's gonna be a precious boy. I knew it! I knew it! Didn't expect Tyler 1, but I knew it! Sweet little Tyler 1 boy. All right, Ansbach. Yeah! Oh, I was gonna say, Ansbach is gonna have like scraggly hair, but he's also gonna have a beard, you know? Oh my God. Ooh, Freya. I mean, I hope she has red hair, but I'd also love like pretty like strong cheekbones too. Whoa. I don't know why, but I didn't expect the mullet. Like, oh, Leda. Leda is just going to be what's her name from Berserk? Farnese. We've seen Leda before? Oh, we have? Yep, yeah, it's Farnese. Yep. Oh, Tialier. Longer black hair with a pale face. No. Pale face, but long white gray hair. Sad boy, tired, just wants to sleep. Red bear. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. This is the most I dumped int, wisdom, and charisma looking guys ever. Like, if there was ever anybody just behind a suit of armor that's like, yep, keep the helmet on, buddy. Holy shit. Dollar store guts. Bruh, this is the like 3 pennies kind of guts. I wouldn't pay $1 at all. Ooh, Dane is gonna have like buzz cut hair, like not like completely short, but like kind of short, and like a really gruff, like serious, like look. Maybe a bit of stubble, like a little bit. Yeah. Okay, he's bald, but yeah. Right. Elementor. Oh. Oh. Chat, hear me out. Good video. Let's check out the fingers one. Within the ruins, pink mushrooms known as finger mimics grow, spreading out from the ground in a hand-like cluster. These were likely inspired by a real-life species of fungus, Xylaria polymorpha, better known as dead man's fingers. Y'all, reality is stranger than fiction. We've got a cool world, but we also have some weird things here. Tattered scraps cling to their lower bodies, which may be either cloth or flesh, former garments, or possibly even molted skin. Yeah. If these were once human, this could be an early stage of the transformation, starting fleshy pink and darkening with age. Ugh. Besides this transformation angle, there may be another more disturbing option also hinted at by the fingerprint nostrum. Notably, the term nostrum is used to describe the medicine that is considered ineffective, snake oils, and false panaceas. And while it has some use, the nostrum also inflicts HP losses and causes something to wriggle within those who ingest it. Oh yeah, it's a parasite and it eats them, yeah. Given how uniquely bizarre the finger ruins are, there's really no telling how life may have developed within their influence. That was a dope video. Yeah, and with the whole Horn Sense focus on rituals trying to attain divinity and invoke divinity, there may be some point to that.